All right, course two. We're in lesson 80 today, and we're going to be looking at this lesson that says or discusses using portions to solve a percent problem. Okay, so typically when we talk about percent, usually we're talking about 100% of something. Okay, and usually we break that down and say, okay, if something is on sale for 30% of wholesale cost, then you're only paying 70% of the value. Okay, so when you deal with a percent, really, we always know what the whole is. We always know that it's worth 100%, but what we don't know oftentimes is either, in this case, if we call this A and this B, if we call it 30% or the 70%, maybe we don't know one of those. And so can we derive that percentage based on the two knowns that we have? So that's the kind of problem that we're going to be using or working with today. So without further ado, I want you to go to page 562. 562, under the new concept, there's a little paragraph that's kind of indented, and it gives us the first problem that we are going to try and solve. Okay, now I'll read that here, but the other thing I want to make sure that you understand is that we're going to be having this percentage box that deals with the percent and then actual. All right, and you'll understand what that means after I read the problem. It says 30% of lunchtime customers ordered salad. If 21 customers did not order salad, how many lunchtime customers were there? Okay, a couple things we know. 30% of 100 ordered salad. All right, we know that 21 customers did not order salad. Okay, what is the other percentages? All right, first things first. If we look at this as the total, and it's a percent, that means the total always adds up to 100%. It gave us 30, okay, and that was salad. That means whoever ordered and whatever other thing they could order was 70%, because these two have to add up and equal 100. So even though they only told us 30%, we were able to figure out pretty easily what 70% was. Okay, so let's begin. Now, what does the word actual mean? Okay, the word actual has to do with customers in this case, in this question, because it says 30% of lunchtime customers ordered salad if 21 customers did not order salad. Well, it says does not order salad. That means 21 of them was the 70%. Okay, now we can actually set this up in an equation. So we have 30 over 70 equals, and then we don't know what the 30% is, over 21. Okay, so if that's the case, then we can just simply cross multiply. Okay, so we have 70x equals, and then in this case we're going to say 30 times 21. All right, in order to solve for x, we divide by 70, we divide by 70, that cancels out, and so we're left with x equals this number. Okay, and in this case, 30 times 21 equals 2100, and then we divide that by 70. We can cross out the zeros there, and we know that this equals 30 people. So if it's 30 people, then we know how many customers there were. Okay, pretty common question when it talks about proportions, when it talks and gives a couple of those ideas. So hopefully we can understand how to do that a little bit better. All right, let's go to example 1, where we have a little bit better of an example. Okay, here's the example. It says this: 40% of the students in Lakin Middle School did not buy their lunch in the school cafeteria. Okay, so 40% did not buy. Okay, if we have a total of 100%, how many did buy? Well, what plus 40 equals 100%? Okay, so 60% did buy. You see how I derived that? So all I did was I did the first part of the percent. So it's 40% did not plus 60% which did equals the total of 100%, and there's my box right there. Now I have to come up with my actual. Okay, now what does the rest of the question say? If 480 students buy their lunch in the cafeteria, well, which one did buy? This one right here, 480. All right, so what we don't know is this one, and we don't know this one. All right, again, we can set it up. 40 over 60 equals x over 480. Or we could do this. We could do the bottom one, and we could say 60 over 100 equals 480 over x. Cross multiply, so we have 60x equals 48,000, divide by 60, divide by 60, and we can come up with x, which is our total, and then our total subtracted by who bought lunch by the 480 would equal our 40%. Or we could solve for 40% right away and do this equation. Okay, and then we could add these two to come up with the total. See, it doesn't matter which way you do it. It just simply has to be that you have to come up with one of these unknowns in order to solve the next one. So in this case, you're gonna cross multiply here and here. So that equals 60x, which equals 40 times 480, and you divide by 60 to get x by itself. And obviously we can cross off zeros here. We can do some other things that would make it easier, but we basically find that that equals 320. Okay, so 320 is here. So what's 320 plus 480? And again, we have 800. So there's our total, 800. Pretty simple on how to come up with the totals, how to come up with the 40%, how to come up with the 60%. It's all about drawing these boxes and finding what is missing. Okay? All right, this is lesson 80. If you have any questions, I will be here to answer them, and hope this helps. All right, we'll see you later.